Hey, yo, Big Fish. Start the ting, blood. Run the intro, man.
Welcome to 11 on 11 Tuesday. Introducing to your big four up top, ARF, aka two-leg tackle, aka Brexit football.
This is Tiki-Taka football, Guardiola football.
Next up, Mr. Talent ID, the man, the myth, Ace.
He was never that good. He was never that guy. I'll be honest with you.
New signing, 2023 season, Lee the legend.
Ace, why you on this case, bro? Back up, bro.
Lastly, our big man up top, Mo Salah.
Well, lock him. I got time today, brother. I got time today.
Every Tuesday.
I have a question.
Go for it.
I have a hypothetical scenario. I want you guys to roll with it. Don't ask too many questions. Just answer it. Okay? There's a player who has been player of the season 2 years in a row for you. He plays defender, right? But he's amazing. He's young. He's from your academy. He's player of the season for you 2 years in a row. And you might have won a sneaky trophy. Okay? Now, in the third year, he's stinking it up. But he wants a new contract.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
Oh my god.
He's young.
You give him
around,
a contract, bro.
let's say 25. What do you do? I said, bear with me. Lee, what do you do?
How bad is he stinking it up?
He's not playing well. He's not gelling with the team. He doesn't really have a position either.
And he's not playing. He fell out of the team.
He's injured.
He fell out of the team, but he's in and out.
And my team's
He's in
still
and
doing the same.
When he's
better or
fit,
worse?
he might play, he might not. Mo, bear with me.
Is my team doing worse, better, or the same?
Worse.
Everybody's gone progressively worse. It's not his fault, but he's not up to standard, and he's asking for big racks.
How much we talking?
Yeah, Arf was first.
He was
I would.
Thank you, Lee.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Lee.
I would give him another deal, but it would have much more like contingencies than what I originally would have gave him at the end of his crazier season, the season before.
Okay. So hold up. Let's say he was on something like 70 or 60.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's asking for something like 250.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable on his end. He said, I've put in the work for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like you guys see my body of work.
Yep.
And he's saying, I'm not going lower than this.
Yeah. I would call it.
What's your stance? What's your stance then?
I would call his bluff and give him something a little bit reduced, but close to it, so that he's not gonna feel too slighted. And
You'll have your time, Mo. You'll have your time, Mo. You'll have your time, Mo.
Context. There are other players.
You don't know. This is my scenario.
I don't care.
This is my scenario. Get out of here.
Around the team that make 300,000. That are
yes.
as important.
Good point. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But pretend I said that.
Okay. All right. I'll give him the 250 then, and it would just be a lot of contingencies on the deal. There would just be a lot of barriers for him to work up to. Like, it would be way more than if he had. Like, if he performed at the end of the great season and he asked for this deal, there wouldn't have been that many levers on his contract. It would have been longer. But for this one, it'll be shorter, more contingencies, and the amount he's looking for altogether wrapped in one.
No, but if you have no choice, 250, 5 years. Or
I wouldn't give him that deal. I wouldn't give him No, I would say find a club.
Okay.
Find a club, make a sale.
Sounds professional. Arif, what do you think? What are you saying?
250, non-negotiable, 5 years, makes him out. Champions League winner, your player of the season, 2 seasons in a row. I'm just
Arif, you're so toast.
No, but I'm saying, like, especially with guys who are one of your
just
own.
Just go with the analogy.
No, but like I'm with it. Like, first of all, Chelsea got the money, and I'm always down to get guys who are versatile.
I never said Chelsea. Arif, are you okay?
I thought I heard Mason Mount's name.
I never said Mason Mount. I'm saying, what do you think?
I think you give it to him. If you're a player of the season for 2 years in a row, if he earned it, why not? Is he young?
What if he's regress? What if he's getting worse and you have players who can play similar positions, maybe at higher levels, maybe not?
It's Chelsea though. They got money. Does it hurt them to have? Oh my God!
Arif, you're done.
Forget it.
You're done.
I'm
You're
done,
done. You're
yeah.
done. You're done. No, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Mo, what do you think?
Next.
Look,
Bring it back
answering
to
your
me.
hypothetical. I'm bringing it to
No, you're
reality.
done.
I'm bringing it to reality because realistically, this is about Mason Mount. You give him the
Thank you.
contract.
Yes.
You give
It
him
was
the
supposed to
contract.
go like this. Mo was supposed to like.
I'm done. Bro, I
Sorry, Mo.
missed Lee's whole thing. I didn't know what happened.
Look, here's his argument, right? One,
I told him find a club, Arf.
players like Koulibaly came into the squad are getting more than him.
Oh my goodness.
They're in the 300,000s, right? And I think it's not fair for him, who's an academy kid, who's been 2 times player of the year, who was integral in that Champions League run, who definitely has a future. And you can see when teams like Liverpool are coming knocking to try to get him, that he is a quality player. If we're gonna go and sign X midfielder for 70 million to replace this kind of kid in our team that we already have, why not just take that 70 million, build it into his contract, which would be the 250? When you have players like Ramsey going from Arsenal to Juve, getting 250 or whatever it was at Juve because he went on free transfer, why can't you give it to this guy
200K.
who's already in your club? 200K. All right, my bad. 200K for a
It
guy
was
like
400.
Ramsey.
It was
It was 400K.
Yeah.
400K. Even
It was 400. Yeah.
giving players like that, who Ramsey I think was at the time looked sick, but he's going to a foreign team getting 400K. Why would you not value your own players that you have here? Because clearly there's value in it when you have people like Liverpool and even City who are saying, "Yo, I might try to sign this kid."
Smoke and
Give him the
mirrors.
250. You give him, it doesn't even matter if it's smoke and mirrors. You give him the 250. We've given worse contracts. We still have Lukaku on our books. Give it to him.
Yeah, no. I hear you. My angle is kind of similar to Mo's. Kind of like I was the face of your brand for 2 years. Forget my performances. I was the face of your brand for 2 years. I've put in the work outside the pitch. On the pitch, I was the guy. Yeah, I'm stinking it up. But as a courtesy, you can't give it to me. No, and it's not like
Business.
it's not like no, business is business. But you're giving bums big bread. You're signing bums and you're paying them for a year, and they're not doing anything for you. How many players have Chelsea had come and go, right? So, no, I say all that to say to Mo, does this change your opinion of Chelsea? Does this, if Mount goes, is it like a bit of Chelsea's soul is gone, like we sold our soul?
I mean, I felt sour about certain other players and stuff leaving and stuff like that, but you get over it at the end of the day. Like, as long as there isn't like a complete diss on the player, like if they just go on like a PR tour of Mount is the worst, this and that, that'll be pretty cheese. But if they just they sell him or they let him go, it is what it is, bro. I can't be super like I'll be annoyed, but it can't be the end all be all. Because like we sold Juan Mata, for example, for 50 million when he just came off Player of the Year. Like he just came off Player of the Year, and we sold him to United. It sucked, but got over it. You know what I mean? Like over time, you'll just get over it.
Okay. Interesting. As you were saying, you want to continue on to another team?
All right, yeah, okay. Let's talk about a former Chelsea
Stop
manager.
the train in its tracks.
Coaching
Come on.
a current London team, Tottenham hot shit. Y'all seen what he said?
Wait. Oh yeah.
Conte the GOAT.
I think he's trying to get out of that contract, Achis. I really think he's really, international break. He's looking at Tottenham board. He's talking to Daniel Levy. He's like, yo, I said what I had to say. It's time to let me go, Let me make this move to a certain PSG, a certain other big club, where he could actually win trophies. I thought this is a very strategic move from Conte in that interview. That's the way I looked at it.
I don't know if he. I think I don't want to give him too much credit because I don't like credit as in the sense of like, oh wow, he doesn't care, he doesn't give whatever. But in my opinion, like when I saw the interview, and maybe it's a language barrier, but I don't 1000% believe him. But that's okay. I think he legitimately is just trying. It's just a manager that's trying to get a reaction out of his club. Like I don't think it's like him forcing himself out or him giving up on the team, as he's saying, or like they have no history, yada yada yada. Those are some pretty deep digs between him and the fan base, but I think he's showing that like, yo, like I'm trying everything to kind of get a reaction out of the guys. A lot of great managers have done this. Like some are messier than others, including like Jose and whoever the case may be. But the problem is like the difference between when a manager like this does it and when like somebody like Pep or like a Ancelotti or somebody else like that does it is when there's no history or standing or like any success with the club that you manage that you're currently talking about, you're almost like you're not gonna get that like, all right, like you heard what he said about us, like come on, like guys, let's rally. You're not gonna get that kind of reaction. So maybe it was honestly maybe it was kind of a dumb move, but I think people are like too like hype. Like the reaction was too like wow, like he really trying to get out of there. He doesn't care. Like nah, it's just a manager that's just grasping at straws. Like he's just trying to do everything he can.
My issue. Go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
I think that his reasons are twofold, and I think it's both of what you guys said. It's either the manager sacks me. I mean the Levi sacks me, or I fire up these players and we go on to win things, right? So either way, he wins in this scenario. But where I think he miscalculated is that Levy does not care. He cares to a certain point, but he does not care. He kept Harry Kane hostage. You won't think he won't do this to Conte just so he doesn't have to pay him his the sacking fee, whatever it's called. I think Levy, like he'll play the long game. Conte has to stay professional. Like this is as far as he's gonna go. But what else is gonna happen if
the difference is his contract runs out?
There's a difference between a player and a manager being held hostage. Like you can hold a player hostage because there are other players. You can't hold a manager hostage. Like he still has to manage. This is your only guy.
Yes.
And
no,
you
but
can't bring
Conte
in another
won't
manager.
quit at his job. Conte won't quit at his job. It's not like he's not gonna stop trying to win games.
Yeah.
All he can do is talk bad in the press.
No, Conte can be petty.
But
I don't think he'll sabotage the club like that. I'm not gonna doubt his professionalism like that.
No, I mean look, it ended bad in Chelsea. It ended bad there too. It's just
bad at Juve.
Yeah, it ended bad at Juve. Look, this is MO, but what I'm saying is like I don't
bad at Inter.
I don't think that this is like I don't think this is totally like him trying to end this bad or like him trying to like get out of here. I think it's like it's mixed. Like, I think there's a part of him that's trying to get something out of the guys, but you don't have pedigree with the club. Like you don't have like something with the club to get a reaction. Like it's almost like you're yelling.
Frustrated. I think he's frustrated at them. Like I think he's tired of dealing with a team that hasn't won anything, and then he's trying to get them to, like you said, get a reaction, get them to fight, but they're not fighting. So he's like, why am I fighting for a club that hasn't won anything? I'm supposed to be here to help you win, and you're not trying to win.
To add to that, I think what I took from this interview, I think Conte is just not trying to take accountability for the best season he's having. Fair enough. He mentioned he's never been in this position. He's never been in a top 4 race recently. He's always been in challenging for the title. But you got the players you wanted to sign. You spent a lot of money in the summer. A lot of us were talking about Tottenham finishing before Arsenal, me included. I thought Tottenham was going to be the team that was going to be competing with Man City this season. And I'm sorry. Like Conte has to take accountability for what a bad job he's done this season. I'm not saying it's terrible. Like they're finishing. I mean, they're probably going to get top 4, but it's not to the standards to what Tottenham think they are.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Who sure those are the signings?
Majority were everything, almost everything but Bissouma. But like me and Ace argued a lot about this. He said Bissouma was a quality player. I said he's just 100%. A rotational player for him. But I see what I mean. What? So like everybody thought he was quality. He's not getting the best out of his guys. I don't know.
I think Conte needs to take accountability because at the end of the day, if Jose had these players, he's doing more. I think so, 100%. I think if other managers in the same realm as Conte, he's doing a bit more, or they're doing a bit more than what he could do right now.
Maybe.
So I think he has to look inwards as well, and he has to see, like what's actually going wrong and how can I actually fix it? Not, everything's broken. They need to look at themselves. What can I do?
Yeah.
Because we all know how these players are. Like, for example, nobody's really brought up Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Nobody. He's on fire. That's my guy. Lee, that's your guy too.
I was going to say.
We know he's a super stepper. We get that.
For sure.
But at what point do we have to look at this guy and say, bro, you're just a bottle job?
Serial loser.
When? When?
You know what it is,
When?
though? You can't point the finger at Harry Kane because even in their bad
Yes, you can.
performances, he's playing well. He
Yeah.
scored.
So
That's why
what?
it's so hard.
So what?
That's why it's so
You know,
hard.
So
you know what you
what?
can blame it on?
So what?
I think you can blame it on the core players that have been Tottenham's
For
core
sure.
players.
For sure.
Because you look at all the teams that have won. There's
Yep.
a core player. It's not one player. It's a
That's
core players
always
that have been
been
there through years that
Yep.
have grinded and got to where they're supposed to.
And
And
that's
you
what
look
the
at
team's associated with.
exactly. And you look at Tottenham, and it's Harry Kane, my guy's son that I rate, Eric Dyer, Lloris. Højbjerg is more recent, but I'm talking about like players that have been there for
Eric
like
Dyer.
5 years.
He's in that group though.
I guess and
Eric
no.
Dyer.
But
Eric
Eric
Dyer.
Dyer, Lloris, these are guys that like constantly have been in this team for years now, for years, and they don't do anything. They don't push the needle far enough, and I don't think they motivate maybe the club and their teams to really kind of like push to success.
Yeah.
Hold up, now that you say that, when the new players come in, like for example, when Kulusevski comes in, he takes the club from the point that they're at to a higher level.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
So all these new players that come in, they push it higher, but with the regular players that are always there, it stays the same. It's very level.
It's you know what it is? Like look, it gives them a bounce, but then you have players, for example, Romero quality. He comes in, he has what, 3 red cards or something, or 2 red cards in the span of 3 games. Why isn't Eric Dyer talking to him like, bro, you can't do that. That's unacceptable. Right? Like, yes, okay, these players are quality, but obviously every player has deficiencies, and there's a standard that the club has to set.
We've been there. Mo, you guys have been, even before I joined the podcast, you guys have been talking about Tottenham's leadership for a minute though. Like this is for a really long time. And even the fan base can feel it. So they don't have somebody that can kind of
galvanize the team, I think.
I
don't think Harry Kane's them.
And monitor the emotions. And look, it's not everybody's job, right? Like it's not everybody to be a leader. There's no point of having a leader, right? If it was everybody's job to be a leader in that sense. But I can't really point to somebody and say, I know when things get tough that this is the person that, Tottenham looks to get them through whatever they're going through. But hey,
the thing is, like, I blame it on the senior players, because it's kind of like if I'm the new guy, if I'm Romero, I came in and I'm trying to, show I have leadership qualities. I can't overstep you if you're not doing anything. I can kind of make a little bit of a fuss, say, guys, we have to go hard in the second half. But if Harry Kane or Lloris isn't getting up and doing the same thing, I can't go overboard. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like there's a limit to how much you can lead if you're a new player. So all these new players that come in, they can look good. We can all see they're good players, but they can't get them to the top if these senior players don't get them to the top. And that's why I'm blaming Harry Kane. He's just a loser. Bottom line,
is Son not part of those core players?
I've been on that. 100%. 100%. But him, I never really looked at him as more than, with lack of a better term, a luxury player.
I agree with that.
I don't think he was the player that takes you to win a trophy. I don't think so. I think Harry Kane is that guy. So that's why the accountability is coming straight to his door. People at all these English pundits, they always say Harry Kane, best striker in the world. They'll take him at United in a heartbeat. That's all they say.
He should go there.
I'll love him at my club. That's what everybody says, but nobody talks about the elephant in the room. He hasn't won a trophy, and people call him the best.
True.
Let's talk about.
I do see him leaving. Hold on, one last thing. I do see him leaving this summer. I really feel it. Like it feels more likely to happen than it ever did before, in my opinion. But yeah, we can
to where?
Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich. They're eyeing that transfer.
He's too close to that record. That's the only thing he got for his legacy.
Speaking about his leadership, bro, his ultimate goal, and I've clocked it. It's not about winning trophies. Of course, every player wants to win trophies, but I don't think that's his number one goal. His number one goal is to be the leading goal scorer in the Premier League.
You see, that's pathetic to me. Like, you look back at everybody. No, but we always talk about trophies. Hold on. We had this argument in the Discord about trophies at Arsenal, whatever. We talked about it last week, no? Like, are we going to look back, Harry Kane, are we going to look back at his career and talk about his record or his trophies?
His,
We're
his,
talking
we're talking
about
about his record.
trophies.
His record.
We're talking about his record.
His
bro.
record.
No, records always get broken. Like we don't really pay attention to it. It's not basketball. Like we're not looking at it like LeBron James scoring the most points ever. You know, like that's not serious like that in football. Like, we don't care about that. In football, you care about trophies. You care about silverware. You care about your honors. You know, we don't care about records.
You're gonna think about Harry Kane as remember when he won that FA Cup? That's not what you're gonna talk about?
If he won an FA Cup, yeah, they will talk about that more than we broke the record.
So. Even if he won it, I don't
Nah.
think so.
I disagree because Alan Shearer won the league, but you talk about him being the top goal scorer.
Exactly. I've never
No.
talked about his winning the league.
Alan Shearer won the league.
You know what it is? I think if Harry Kane becomes top scorer, we are going to talk about him because he's top scorer, but he'll always have an asterisk. No. He'll always have an asterisk until he wins a chip. The same thing with LeBron. LeBron, people talk shit.
Yeah.
But when he won his ring, he could be the greatest now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If Harry Kane wins trophies,
no. We talk about him in Miami.
People when he won it in Miami, nobody cared. When he won in Cleveland, it was like you brought it home.
That's basketball though.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's different between ball and soccer. But
the pressure was less when he won
the
it
trophy. The asterisk is gone.
Anyways, man, let's move on. Let's talk about a positive that they did. They kicked out Sport. Was that Sporting? Yeah, Sporting. They kicked out Sporting in the Champions League group stages for Sporting to drop down to Europa League to make it out of the qualifications to face Arsenal in the round of 16 and to kick them out.
What a segue! That's a great segue.
Not bad. It's not bad, a lie.
That's a great segue.
Out of 10.
How does it feel to know that Tottenham is really the catalyst for your demise in Europe?
Crazy.
Okay. That's crazy. Relax now.
I mean, if it is what it is. Last day, scored against.
Hold on. You know what's very interesting about this game, because I've talked to Ace and Arf since that game, is that they have two very different reactions to it. So let's go through them. I want Ace to go first, and then I want Arf to go. But Ace, give me a reaction to that game.
Before you give me a reaction, can I know how it felt when Ramsdale got chipped over? I want to know what you were thinking in that moment.
Save it for Arf.
Hold up.
Ace, go ahead.
Can I go?
Yeah, Ace, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is the runway clear?
Yeah, the runway is clear. Because you guys are both Arsenal fans, and you guys both had two very different reactions to this game. So, Ace, take it away.
No.
Real fans go first.
That game, for me, was heartbreaking. In the beginning, I didn't care about the Europa League because I wanted to focus on the Premier League. But at the end of the day, you don't want to get knocked out of any tournament, right? So, as I'm going through the emotions of the game, I get more invested, and at the end, Martinelli misses the last penalty. And honestly, after 120 minutes of work and everything, just going out like that, it was heartbreaking. So I was a bit disappointed. Am I mad at the team? Absolutely not. We play week in, week out. We're dismantling each one of our opponents. That game, we showed up. We didn't finish our chances, but we showed up. So I'm not mad at that.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the positives, which is hard to find even though you lose, is that we can focus more on the Premier League. So, I'm looking at the positives, but I also knew this was the time that all the little cockroaches come out from the ground.
Thank you.
And they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait. The last time this happened, the last time we lost to a team that the people claimed was United. City, we never really had our battles. We never really compared ourselves to you guys. So I wouldn't say there's a big rivalry.
It's coming up.
Right? But the last time they had their get back was United.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
I have a question for you.
Sorry.
On the same track
did you not say that
come on, Earth.
Team is only successful to win a trophy?
Facts.
Okay, so when you had a good chance to win Europa League by beating Sporting,
you easily could have.
Would you not say it's disappointing that you guys bottled it?
Yeah.
First of all, you have your hand like Barack Obama.
Yes.
You need to put your hand down.
I have a dream. Second of all, Arsenal fans will be held accountable.
Second of all, I did say I was disappointed, but every player has built up enough credit with me and has put in enough work for me to not be angry if they have a bad game.
Though. Not every player.
So every player
reaction is different. Where in terms of Arsenal,
please, can I interject? Hold on, please. I like that train of thought.
We're gonna get to
I
you.
like that. So you're saying one game isn't enough to stain their whole season, even though it was even though it was a round of 16, and they should have gone through.
Wait, who are you talking about though?
Yeah.
If you're gonna mention him.
Ramsey, for example, he had a poor game.
He's been
Right?
one of our
This
best
one
players
game-
this season.
Yeah, so it's okay that he had this bad game.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's fine,
Interesting.
yeah,
Last
because
week,
it's the Europa League.
Yeah, let's talk about that game.
your take on Messi was completely different.
No.
Last week, your take on Messi was completely different. So I
Oh,
want the
no.
consistency. I want the
Oh, no.
consistency.
Got more shit than
Apples and oranges.
bro.
We'll talk about
You're-
you.
Hold on, He's comparing Ramsdale to Messi. He's comparing Ramsdale to Messi.
No.
I've never heard this before. He's comparing Ramsdale to
Yo.
Messi.
I'm comparing
Arf,
your
clip him.
consistency.
Yo,
Yeah, leave it. Leave it. Say the
They
code.
just-
Leave it. Say the code.
Chat.
Yo, what are the player ratings, fam? He lost
Can we
2-0.
quiet down? Can we quiet down? Can we quiet down?
Clip him. Ramsdale, Messi is crazy. My brother.
Bring up Messi, I dare you, wallahi.
Please,
Oh,
children, please.
That's crazy, bro.
Listen.
Go ahead,
Ace.
man.
Ace.
Ramsdale,
Your take right now is
crazy.
because a player had one bad game, it doesn't spoil their whole season.
No.
That's not your take.
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
what you
Oh,
just said.
there's
No,
there's two
Arf,
things in the-
we'll come to you.
What can
We'll
I
come
talk?
to you, brother. We'll
Oh
come
my
to you.
God.
I see what you're trying to do.
Patience.
I'm willing.
The
Let's have this combo.
censorship's crazy.
Ace, Ace,
Yes.
is that not your take? Is that not your take?
Repeat the question.
Your
Repeat the
take is
question.
player having a bad game is not necessarily the stain on their whole season.
See that?
No.
See the symbol,
No.
Lee?
All right,
See the symbol?
safe.
There's two legs, right? There's two legs in
No.
Champions League.
Follow up. Say what you want to say.
I've said what I
Speak
said.
with your
I
chest.
said what I said.
Speak with your chest.
I said
Speak
what I
with your
said.
chest.
I said what I said. There's
Alright,
clearly a
safe.
lot of consistency
Talking,
with
talking.
Ace from last week and this week.
I'm outside.
You need to
I'm
argue.
outside.
You need to argue with yourself.
You opened the door,
You need to argue with yourself.
seen the
All right.
weather, and went back inside.
You
Go
need-
back
you need to-
inside.
you need to argue
Go
with
back
yourself.
inside. It's cold out here, Mo.
Can
Go
I
back
talk now?
inside.
Can I talk?
You and
It's cold.
I really appreciate Mo comparing greatness with Messi and
I
Ramsdale
didn't
because
compare
the best
greatness.
goalkeeper in the world.
I compared consistency. I
Mo,
compared
it's too
consistency.
cold outside. Go
Lee,
back
am I wrong,
inside.
though?
Okay, look,
Go back inside.
Lee, am I wrong here?
Let's talk.
No,
You want to talk about
Lee, am I
Ramsdale?
wrong?
Let's go.
No, you're not wrong.
Lee, am I
You're not
wrong?
wrong.
No,
Let me Ups about to say.
Lee,
Go ahead.
pause for a second. Focus on me.
No,
Mo.
no.
Bring up Ramsdale.
You can tell us what you thought about the game. What you think
Yeah.
about him getting
What
chipped?
happened in the game?
What you think
I'll
about his
tell you exactly what happened.
his penalty
Yeah,
that he
tell us. Tell us,
he did
tell us,
his- What you think about the game?
The first leg costed us. We conceded 2 bad goals, and our rotational players, our backup players, which I mentioned many times, are not as convincing. They're
You
not.
shouldn't have too
They're
much.
not reliable. Arteta knows they're not reliable.
Shout out my guys.
If you look at the rotations that Arteta's made from the first leg to the second leg, it's a completely different team. He had no intention of playing Saka. He had no intention of playing Ramsdale in the first leg. He brought the whole first team back. Matt Turner, horrible first leg. I still know his name, the Polish guy. Limp, you got to help me with his name. This guy,
Queer.
bro doesn't even want to
Yeah,
jump in headers. On the corners.
Ace. Oh.
Anyways, unreliable. That's our backup to Gabriel. Rob Holding, he had a decent game, so I wasn't going to get mad at him. Tomiyasu got injured, but he was bad the first leg. I have to be honest. Jorginho, Achi, I might have to rethink this take, bro. I really might have to rethink this good signing take. Bro, he can't sprint. He is slow. Muad, you're faster than him. Wallahi, I think you're faster than him. The guy cannot jump. He has no athleticism. So I'm really
bro. Get to
in this
your
Jorginho
point.
thing because as soon as
Land.
in the second
Land.
in the Sporting game, as soon as Partey came in, the game changed completely. We were flowing. We had so many chances. We were balling.
You guys didn't score.
We didn't
right?
score, but it was one.
So he came on and didn't affect the game.
What is your what do you mean by that? What are you trying to get at?
Let him get to his full reaction. All right, keep going. Okay, what does this mean for us?
Y'all keep cutting him off. I can't finish my take. But anyways, there's 2 legs to it. You're trying to bring up Ramsdale. You're trying to pinpoint one player when you don't want to pinpoint others when we mention other guys. But
it was just him was an example. To be honest with you, he was an example. He wasn't the reason you guys lost. He was an example. If you want my honest opinion, Arteta's at fault here. That's my honest opinion.
I agree.
Let's talk about it.
I agree. That's why I said the selection.
Yeah, because I honestly think he set you guys up for failure.
He disrespected the tournaments, Ace. He disrespected the moments. He disrespected the chance of relinquishing the the trophy drought that you guys have been in, honestly, you guys are the best team in this tournament by far. By far, it's not
agree.
even close.
Yeah. But you know what it is?
Yeah,
Lee?
I agree.
No, but you know what it is? Arteta's realistic, man. We don't have the legs to play every single fixture. We're not there yet. We're still a young team. This is the youngest team in the Premier League, by the way, by average 8 at 23 years old.
This thing's Ace.
No.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
Because
I'm not with that. I'm not with that. You're wilding.
Bro,
You're wilding,
talk-
Arf.
Crazy.
Y'all
Y'all
want to give the
let Art
pressure,
finish. Let her finish.
give the
finish.
pressure of like a senior team of like the Liverpool
Ooh.
team like Arsenal, who are still young and developing. Like we can't just ignore this. They're a young team. They're still developing. They're gonna have chances in the future.
Arf.
They're gonna play in the future
Coach
in a
says
bigger
so.
competition. Nah, I'm glad. Like y'all mad about a Europa League game. I'm glad. I'm celebrating. No more Thursday nights, Achis. I'm happy, bro. That's it for me.
That stinks, Arf. That stinks, Arf.
I'm
Come
glad,
I have a
on.
question for you.
Yeah,
I have a
y'all
question for you.
overreacted. Y'all
I have a
overreacted, in
question
my
for you.
opinion.
Arf, I have a question for you.
Go for
If
it.
you guys do not win the Premier League, right? Would you say that in hindsight, Arteta should have gone for the Europa League then?
No, because Premier League was always priority.
So you think he should have, regardless if you guys win the Premier League or not, he should have threw this tournament away?
I'm not saying he should have threw it, but I think he would have still made. I would have made the same selections he did.
I don't think I would have made the same selection. I think I would have started trusting certain players more early, just so they can have warmer legs for when it's like game time, like during these later rounds, right? No, 100%.
No, because who's reliable? Because those players lost their chances in the Carabao Cup when they lost to Brighton, and they lost their chance in the FA Cup against Man City because they had those chances. They could have won those fixtures.
No, but the thing is,
they lost their playing opportunity.
You can't throw players in the fire, right? You have to warm them up a little bit. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, you can come on a pitch playing with a guy you haven't really played too many professional games with, and then now everything's out of whack and, I can't play again. I don't believe in that. I believe players should get their chances. That's why I was big on Eddie, right? Mm-hmm. So I think hindsight is 2020. I think I still would have started playing with certain other players earlier. But if we don't win the Premier League, will I regret this? No, I don't think so.
Me too.
I'm satisfied with the journey that we're going on. I'm very satisfied. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm very satisfied.
Thank you.
Like the ups and the downs, I'll take it all. Because I know it's a net positive. We're always moving up. We're always getting better. Mm-hmm. And there's always the injury risk. Imagine you're playing Saka every single game. Yep. You know how scared I am every game when he falls down? Because if he gets injured, I'm thinking our season's over, right? Saliba's gone right now.
Yep.
Saliba's gone. I don't know if it's because there's a mysterious international break by the way, none of our players go on international breaks. Barely any.
I was kind of hoping Partey would go. I was hoping Partey would take the injury.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I don't know if there's suspicions there, but now that Saliba's injured, it's like, okay, we have to be more cautious now. Yeah. So there's a lot to think about.
Thanks.
All right. Well, then let's
interesting.
Let's move on to the real European competition.
Yeah.
The Champions League.
Yeah.
So eight teams have made it through. The draw has come out. Mm-hmm. We got on the left-hand side of the board, we got Real Madrid versus Chelsea. We got Bayern Munich versus Manchester City. On the right-hand side, we got Benfica versus Inter Milan. And we got Napoli versus AC Milan.
Mid again.
Fire.
So talk to me. Who do we see realistically making the next round?
Napoli. That's the only convincing one for me.
Bro, I can't wait. What day is it today? March 19th? I cannot wait until this Napoli team just plays a regular team. It's kind of getting annoying now. They're a good Serie A side. Hey, they're playing well. But come on, if they played, I seriously believe in my 1,000%, not even, I'm being 100% genuine. Chelsea would beat them over the two legs. And I'm not disrespecting Chelsea, but they can't beat any side on the right side, on the other side of the bracket. They can't over two legs.
They beat Liverpool.
Who?
Many Premier League teams.
That's me. I'm telling you right now.
Liverpool also got crushed by Real Madrid.
Yeah. They can't beat any of those sides.
I mean, we can see it. Because I'm convinced they'll beat Milan easily. No disrespect to Milan fans.
I don't even think they make it to the final, but we'll see.
Oh, no. You don't think it's... Because if they beat Milan, it's Inter Milan that's next up.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
Ben.
Benfica's been extremely under the radar. We always have that one team that surprises you in the semifinals, and they might be that team. So
I don't know.
I'm a little tired of talking about them, to be honest.
About
Yeah, I
Napoli.
just think AC
I think social media
AC is
doing
not really
too
in
much.
form.
They're doing too much.
AC is not really in form for Napoli to lose to them, and Napoli are killing them every time they play in the Serie A. So
I think, to be honest, I think you got to give Napoli some respect. I don't think any of us thought at the beginning of the season that Napoli would be in the position that they are. What, like 15 points ahead of the second place team, something like
Yep.
that.
Maybe
They're
more
comfortably
now.
going to win Serie A.
I think it was
They've
decent,
lost. They lost star players like Koulibaly and Insigne, and Mertens. It's been like
What?
basically not
And
even a
replaced
strong
them
player,
instantly.
right?
Star what?
Even Fabian, what's called Fabian Ruiz or whatever, who's their center mid, left the PSG, and like they're comfortably playing well.
Yep.
Right? You have Kim come in, you have Osimhen come in. Well, Osimhen has already been there, but like he's established as the starter. You have
Yo.
Kvaratskhelia.
That's on my TikTok.
Right.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Sorry,
Every
Mo.
other
It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, see that?
Bro, this is borderline racism, though. Are you seeing the TikToks? Like,
Bro,
I'm an adult, bro. I'm not on
they
TikTok.
got them kids on blackface, Aki. They're
No
going
bullshit.
crazy.
No bullshit. You
They
can
got
just wear a mask. You
blackface.
can
They
literally
got
just wear the mask. You got it. You know
yeah.
who you want to be.
They do too much right now.
guys, can I just say that I stamped Osimhen like maybe a year
You're
and a half,
late.
2 years
You're
ago?
late. No, you did not. No, you did not. It was this season.
No, he
Check.
did.
It was not this season.
Somebody
What are you
has
talking
to,
about?
Somebody has to check on the A stamps, bro. It's
No,
like,
he's
Yeah,
still
bro,
I'm
I'm telling you.
stamps.
Telling you.
Mo,
you have
come
to,
on,
You
man.
have to make an
Mo,
Excel
come
sheet
on, man.
with all
You know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm with him. Listen. Let's be honest.
I don't remember.
There's two talent ID people in this group. It's me and Ace.
Come on, man.
That's it,
Come
like-
on, man. Don't worry, Mo. We're still waiting for Hatate. I'm still waiting. I like him now.
Listen. Ace,
I like him
Mo
now.
Diaz,
I like
Mo
him.
Diaz,
Mo?
he's a Celtics best player.
I got
He's
some.
Celtics best player.
No, he's
Well,
nice. He's
Mo
nice.
Diaz,
He's nice.
Celtics
I like
best
him.
player.
So,
But anyways,
I like him. I like him.
Mo had a lot of stinkers,
but
but, you know,
Don't worry, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Africa knows Mo.
A to B. Don't worry, Mo.
Come on, man.
We'll get back in the car.
Yeah. Anyways,
Come on.
let's move on. Let's move on to, I guess, the bigger question. Lee, City's been cooking right now. Haaland's 8 in 2 games, but they about to face Bayern. What's going on?
Oh no! Before that, did you see what Speed was doing to like Alphonso Davies, like
Yeah,
on
I've
like
seen
a
that.
Twitch stream?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Hilarious.
That was so class.
do you do?
Basically, I think Alphonso Davies was beating him like 4-0, right, in FIFA, and then Speed turned on the Holland song and started singing it to him like loud and aggressive. And Davies, he was a bit frustrated. He's like, "What are you doing?" Then he kept going, you know, because he knows what time it is. But yeah, Lee, go ahead.
I see a tweet that was like listing like all of the like fullbacks and wingers that that Bayern has. Like, oh, like what is City gonna do with all these with this attack and everything? Bro, this is not the same Bayern team. You know what I mean? I'm really not worried. I like not even a little bit. The two teams I'm worried about. The two teams I'm worried about are playing in the other leg on the opposite side of us. So I'm only worried about those two teams. That's it. But in terms of Bayern, look, it's not the same team as of late. We're flying right now. I don't want to say Pep figured it out. I don't want to give him too much credit, but I will say this, and I said this in the Discord: that FA Cup game, that is Pep's preferred 11, but he can't play it like week to week. He can't play it because it was Burnley. Like it's not like that's very low risk to play that 11, but that's his preferred 11. And it's very noteworthy that Gundo and Bernardo Silva are not in it because what he wants is he really rates Alvarez, he really rates Phil Foden, and he really rates but he also needs like Mars on the pitch. It has nothing to do with KDB and Holland. Those are givens. It's half and half. Is he trying to phase out Gundo and Bernardo already because they're about to be out, or is that the type of football they want to play? I know not many people are watching City Burnley, but there's a different team. They're turning play quicker. They're more forward. It's less build up and more attacking. It's more risky. They're leaving themselves a little more open. I know that's the 11 he wants to play.
You really rate Ortega, eh?
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, Ederson Ortega is not that much of a difference as people are saying, but I think he's a good keeper. But mainly my point is, I don't think Bayern is prepared to play a team like that.
Are you concerned that two things. One, are you concerned that Bayern have an inside man with João Cancelo? And then are you also concerned that
I don't think he's gonna play.
it's not necessarily that he's going to play, but he knows Pep's system. He's learned it. He can kind of facilitate to the other players. And the other thing, are you concerned that maybe there are select few players in the Bayern squad that do want to beat Pep?
Yeah, I would.
Former manager in that.
That's true. I'd be worried about that. I'd be worried about that 4 years ago. It's 2023. I'm not really worried about any of the players that played under Pep that are playing right now for Bayern. I'm really not. But in terms of Cancelo, like, look, he doesn't. The 11 I'm talking about, he wouldn't have been in that 11 that I'm talking about against Burnley. He wasn't in the preferred 11. This is the 11 that Pep always wanted to play. And the noteworthy additions.
Who are your fullbacks against Burnley?
It was Rico Lewis and Nathan Ake.
So you're telling me last year you would have said Rico Lewis should be ahead of João Cancelo.
Last year. Today.
Even this year. Hey. Being completely honest.
I told you this 2 months ago, though. He knew for Cancelo to leave that quickly in January. That means in August and the summer, Pep already knew Rico Lewis was a part of the plans, or was somebody that he could trust to play minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have been.
I wish I had this much faith.
It could have been a personal beef.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he would have let him go. I really don't. I don't think they would have allowed Cancelo to leave if Pep didn't already say in the summertime, Rico Lewis is somebody that I can rely on.
Yeah, but Pep's notorious for if he doesn't like you, he's not playing you. He's done that to Ibra.
There's a clear Pep. Okay, but Pep's also very clear about why somebody's playing. There's a Champions League game that he played in September, the end of September, and he literally told the press, Rico Lewis started tonight, and it's not a surprise to me how well he's been playing. He showed me last year he's somebody that I can trust in my plans this year. You go back and look it up, yeah. So,
but Pep's also a liar.
He is a liar, but you know what? Sometimes we always talk about players and confidence. Imagine him hearing that in September, and it's kind of galvanized his whole season. And he's playing.
Yeah, no, I hear it. No, I got a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, the way Haaland's playing is mental.
Yeah.
The numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
There's no but.
No. I have a question.
Yeah.
Let me put a period. Then let me say I have a question.
Yeah.
If Haaland scores 80 goals a season, the same type of goals he's scoring right now, right? Are we comparing him with the greats, or are we looking at the type of goals he's scoring in the system he's playing and saying, nah, some of that's the team? Because like, are we gonna, like, let's say he has an 80 goal season, are we gonna say, he's up there with the Ronaldos and the Messis? Like this single season is up there.
Even if you did, you wouldn't say that though.
No. Okay, let's say he scores 100 goals like this over a calendar year. Same way Messi did. Are we gonna look at scoring these same type of goals that he's been scoring the whole season? Are we gonna look at him and say, "Damn, he's up there with the Ronaldos and Messis"?
No.
Are we? I just want to know.
The reason
why?
I think
What's the reason?
We have eyes.
One, it's not that way Ronaldo and Messi, at least when they were in their younger years, they would drive the ball forward. You'd see Ronaldo pick up the ball deep in the midfield, especially at United, especially there. You'd see him pick it up deep in the midfield, take it all the way into the other box. Maybe he doesn't score that possession, but he's always driving the ball forward. He's making things happen that I don't think Haaland does. Haaland is a beneficiary of the system, right? Where he's elite at it. He's great at finishing chances. But I don't think he's able to really take over a game. If they need a goal, you're not looking for Haaland necessarily to create the goal. You're looking at him to finish it. Whereas when you need a goal, you need to win the game. You look at Ronaldo, you look at Messi to both facilitate and beneficiate from those chances being made. You look at them. Okay.
No. Let me get that back quickly. So now let's compare him to Mbappe. Will he ever be better than Mbappe? By that same logic,
I don't think so.
No, the answer is no.
Yeah, the answer is no. But that's okay. I don't know. Like I don't know what I don't know what that gains in the narrative. You know what I mean? That's really okay. I think for him, like he could be the best player he could be, and he's not. I don't think he's as talented in the sport as Mbappe, but that's okay. That's really okay. I just need him
who's to say? I think I've seen a lot of development in Haaland this year too, in terms of like
Yeah, he's playing one little
being
1-2.
being involved. Yeah, being
saying?
involved in the team. I think there's a lot of improvement that you see in him just this season from when he started to now. How he's involved more in 1 and 2s and just building up play and stuff. So who knows? Who's to say in 3 years that doesn't become an elite part of his game?
Arif, what do you think about
But
this?
at this moment in time, no.
Arif, what do you think about this? He's the Ronaldo to Mbappe's Messi. You know what I mean?
No.
It'll never happen, but it's a nice, you know what I mean?
No.
A nice little rivalry.
I hear it.
Other way around.
No, that's more accurate.
So hold up. Just one more follow-up question. So by whatever logic you guys are saying, a striker can never be greater than a winger.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
No. A top striker who has the same numbers as a top winger.
Yeah.
You're just automatically put in this. You automatically have a ceiling because of the position you play.
No, that's not true.
Or your play style.
No, that's not true.
I think it's more so play style.
How I judge players is just influence on the game. Like I know, like goals is influence, but like, how did that goal come about? You know what I mean?
No, but a lot of wingers are judged off their goals and goals contributions, regardless,
Not me.
right?
Not me.
Many people do. Majority of football fans.
Well, they need to change because there's no way people are saying that. Like, let's say, like Miguel Almiron scoring a lot of goals this year. Riyad Mahrez has scored less goals.
Oh no! Don't do that. That's disrespectful.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying, close it in this season. Like, just close it in this season.
Yeah.
Like, Riyad Mahrez affects the game way more than Miggy.
Facts.
Miguel Almiron. But if you looked at their statistics, you're not gonna see that. It's not gonna look at that on paper. So there's a lot more aspects of the game.
Hazard versus Salah, prime example. I feel like.
I hear that. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing a lot of revisiting. We're gonna have a discussion one of these episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot of hazard receipts coming out recently.
I'm turning the corner.
I think someone entered the conversation just saying a certain guy in the name of Bukayo Saka. But let's end that episode. I'll see you all next week.
That's a horrendous
ending.